All right, what's up, guys? It's your boy Jerry's and back again with another video, and I've got my boy Trev with me today here as we're gonna get into the Tom Brady finalizing his divorce with Gisele. 13 years of marriage have now been ended and finalized. If you've been watching the story, obviously over the last few months, where it's been highlighted. Um, you guys know what's been going on, kind of like a battle between the two in regards to, breaking up amicably. So we've crossed that plane. We're currently at that point. Everything's been finalized. Going through just this ESPN article here by Jenna Lane. It came out at 11:17 Eastern Standard Time in the morning. It says Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady announced Friday that he and wife Gisele Bundchen have finalized a divorce, ending 13 years of marriage and months of speculation about marital strife. Brady posted on Instagram in recent days, "My wife and I finalized our divorce from one another after 13 years of marriage. We arrived at this decision amicably and with gratitude for the time we spent together. We are blessed with beautiful and wonderful children who will continue to be the center of our world in every way. We will continue to work together as parents to always ensure they receive the love and attention they deserve. We arrived at this decision to end our marriage after much consideration." So I want to stop there before we keep going. This is a good thing, right? Every breakup doesn't have to be bad. I'm not saying that divorce is a good thing. I'm saying that the act of ending the marriage or the relationship doesn't have to be bad. I
Right.
think, I think they're handling it in a good way. That way, it's not,
Responsibly.
responsibly, right? It's not messy. It's not, you know, just them down each other's throats. Just making it a big scene. I think them handling it this way, I guess in a sense, is more responsible, and it's good because it basically proves that they're able to, probably still co-parent, do the things that they need to do to
It's
to.
just marriage life in 2022, right? It's like,
Mhm.
we're getting divorced. We don't want our kids to feel like it's their fault, and we're doing it like friendly.
Yeah,
It's like a copacetic.
yeah, yeah. I think this, and I threw up the poll because I wanted to see if you guys had a insight as far as did this affect his play last night. Um, the Obviously he dropped what he said on Instagram um,
Mm.
today. So it was after the game. So this may have been something that was weighing on him heavily mentally last night. You guys are saying yes. 73% are saying that, this did affect his play last night. And I could see that, right? You've got this stuff going on in your mind. You've ended, your marriage. You're going down a different path. You're going down a different path. So I think at this point, right, does that make you mentally stronger? Does that make you want to say, you know what, I have to bear down now and I got to be a better player on the field. I got to rally the troops. I have to go prove now. I have to go prove now that I've made this sacrifice of my family, my marriage, for the love and the game of football, that now I'm going to go win another playoff victory, championship, and then go to the Super Bowl. At this point, if not for yourself, this would be to shut everybody else up. Because if you don't do that this year, that's two big L's on your life, right? The marriage ended.
On your legacy,
Yeah,
on your
on your
entire
legacy,
legacy.
the entire
Right.
legacy, right? So you have to basically take the bull by the horn now, the bull by the horns, and you have to prove that this sport, you have so much love for it, and that is why you sacrificed your relationship and your marriage for it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But if you love something enough to sacrifice anything for it, you have to prove that it was beneficial. And right now, we're not seeing that in Tom Brady's play. Go ahead, Trev.
Yeah. So I think this is a big move on Tom. This is the first time he's actually openly to the public on, well, I mean, it's on social media, so it's super easy probably,
Mm-hmm.
um, to put any effort into addressing the subject of him and Giselle's divorce. I mean, there you have people who are entranced in this story who don't even follow football. They
Yeah.
definitely have heard that Gisele and Tom are getting divorced because that's how high of a podium these two hold over the entire country, right?
Mm-hmm.
You definitely know of Gisele, and you have definitely heard of Tom Brady, whether or not you watch football at all. And so this is a big move on his part. I definitely believe that loss last night was like the final straw, right? Because he has never gone 0-3 in his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
And so tapping that record, like Tom loves to tap records. So losing to the Ravens last night was like the final straw, right? Like he was finally ready, even though it was just on Instagram, to announce to the public that yes, me and Gisele are finalizing our divorce.
Mm-hmm.
They're both handling it like uber celebrities. They're handling it in the most respectful way for their kids, which is the smart way to handle a divorce.
Yeah.
You don't want the toxicity of a divorce to trickle down to your children. However, I do not think that I think the media and the fan base has been relying too much on the divorce to give credit to why the Bucks have been playing so poorly.
Yeah.
Like I've been saying for weeks, the Bucks have a lot more holes in their play game outside of Tom Brady. So you could take Tom Brady out of the game, put in Kyle Trask. The Bucks have a lot more holes going on than just Tom Brady's thing.
Mm-hmm.
But for Tom, the GOAT, to come out and say, like, yes, this is it, it really is like cherry on the top. Like last night losing,
Mm-hmm.
finally hitting the record. This is the most losses Tom has ever seen in a regular season in his entire career, which is the longest career any professional football player has ever had.
Any. Yep.
Yeah, it broke a record for him. It wasn't most passing yards. It wasn't most touchdowns. It wasn't most passing touchdowns to a receiver. It was the longest losing record in a regular season in his entire career. And now, like we have TMZ and, all these social media outlets that have nothing to do with the sporting world reporting on his
Mm-hmm.
social interactions with Gisele, this divorce thing. Now he finally confronts it to us.
Yeah.
And I have to give him props to finally saying something about it. It's not going to change my opinion on the Bucks playing, nor should it change the opinion of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization.
At all.
It shouldn't.
Yeah. At all.
It shouldn't affect it at all. This is a man dealing with mental health problems himself, coming to another man. You could see it in his face, guys. These aren't Photoshop pictures of him. We've all been talking about how he looks,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is. Tom Brady went from looking like your average stereotypical white guy who kept his long bangs in college. Like, look at Tom's rookie year, right?
Yep.
He's like, has nothing to do with fashion at all, to becoming like this hyper front page cover of Glamour magazine looking guy.
Yeah.
And then this year you see his like skeleton, right? It's
Yep.
because he is extremely depressed and he's trying to bring a star quality to his football team. And it's just, you can't, right? And that shows like not only the commitment he has to his family, but also the commitment it takes to any football player to commit to the NFL.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's not the NBA. This isn't the MLB. This isn't hockey. This is the National Football League, where it takes all 11 players on the field at once to make shit happen.
So,
and
well, I was just going to cut you off there, but when you look at, I got a little bit of an echo. When you look at the time that Tom Brady has put into the game, when you look into the dedication that he's had over the years to winning championships, commanding, to be called the GOAT, right? You look at the effect that it's had on his family, right?
Well, and it doesn't even matter what we all think, right?
Mm-hmm.
if you listen to like Players Tribunal or listen to vet players or listen to anybody in the NFL right now, they have mad respect for Tom Brady. Everybody knows he's the GOAT who actually plays,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So it doesn't even matter if you think he's the GOAT or if I think he's the GOAT or he's the worst thing to ever happen to the NFL. The players know the truth and what he adds to the locker room.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And that's, I see it as this, right? And I'm just going to veer off a little bit because I feel like obviously you don't know what someone's going through unless you've actually been in their shoes, right? If you've been in a marriage,
right.
a long-term relationship, you understand that there's different kind of things that are going to happen in a relationship. You're both going to have to make sacrifices. If you have children, you're going to have to raise those children together, or at least attempt to be involved with those children if you have that kind of relationship. So I think Giselle's biggest problem was, hey, you know, you're not around for the kids. We're in this marriage. It's kind of been just me. Be it, I'm sure it was her and the nannies and whoever else they hired to help take care of the kids. But Tom being around was a big thing for her as far as raising the children. Now, fast forward to the children growing up, I'm sure that it's not as much of an issue as him being around because the children may be like more self-aware, you know, doing their own thing more so. So now it's like, well, hey, we're getting older. I want to spend more time with you now, right? I didn't get that,
Right.
10 years ago. I didn't get that 5 years ago. We're getting older now. I want to spend time with you. And Tom's like, well, I still have love for the game, right? I still have the drive and the ambition and the motivation to go out there and still win. And that is the correlation that I think a lot of people may, say they understand, but at the end of the day really don't know, because a lot of people don't have that drive to sacrifice everything
Right.
for what they love.
And a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to win a Lombardi, right?
Yeah.
Like we can sit here all day in our chat and talk about how Tom sucks or Tom is the GOAT, but you really don't see, unless you've actually spent time in an NFL locker room and gone through the training camps and the practices and got injured or got traded to a different team in the middle of this season, had to uproot your entire family. We have no idea what it's like to relate to a professional football player.
Yeah. Well, and it goes back to when remember when Kobe said or the song with Kobe, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Remember, it goes back to that. Mikey Cardinal
Black
said,
Mamba.
Yeah, the black, that Mamba mentality. Mikey says, but is it worth losing your family? It's sad. So it goes back to this. And I'm using a hypothetical here. If I met a woman and she knew, and I'll use my case as an example, right? I'm basically a full-time streamer at this point, okay? If I meet a woman and I let her know that my job or my profession at this point in my life is being a full-time streamer, and I'm letting her know that I'm going to be in front of a camera and a computer probably 4 to 5 hours a day, right? And she knows that from the beginning. And then 10 years down the road, we're in this relationship. Everything's been okay for the most part on paper, right? 10 years down the road, she comes to me and she says, hey, I want you to quit. Now, this is still a livelihood, right? This is still a livelihood for Tom Brady. This is something that he loves, he enjoys. And this is something that I love. I love talking sports. I love streaming. This is what we do. If someone says, hey, I want you to give that up, I then have to make a decision. Now, I may love this person. I may love my partner, but I also love what I do. How can I be forced to give up something that I love to do, and I may love them equally, right? I think this is the issue. People are saying, well, it's your family over everything, but at the same time, it was football before that family. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah. For sure.
Yeah, and it's just tough to have that conversation. Yeah, it sucks. I don't think it's worth giving up your family for, but we have to step into Tom's shoes, right? We have to step into his shoes and look at it.
I think we can go back to the words of Tom's latest former coach, Bruce Arians. He was coaching last season on a torn Achilles, right? You got old ass Bruce Arians running up and down the sidelines on a torn Achilles. And he said, quoted in a report, he was like, man, my kid turned 50 this year. Like, where
Mm,
did the time go? Where
yeah,
did it go? So he gladly retired. He's still in football. Like, he compromised, right?
yeah,
He chose to stop desk watching, and he rides the sidelines with the team because he still loves those boys. He still loves the organization,
yeah.
and he still loves football. But he was like, I have to step down. Like, my kids' lives have passed me by. And I think Tom needs to find that balance. I think at this point in his career, he's we already know he's ultra competitive,
What's
right?
up, Luta?
We've already give him the GOAT status, not just us, but his peers, his
Yeah.
own peers have given him the GOAT status. What more does he have to achieve?
Hmm.
And the way he's playing this season, he's actually tarnishing his legacy at this point, right? Like, how many people in our chat last night said, Tom, retire in the middle of the season. We'll be happy
So,
to see it.
and I
I
bring
wouldn't be happy to see it,
and,
but
I bring up a very important point. Before I do, what's up, Rachel? Luta, how you doing? Wrench Gang, the
hey,
family
chat,
in the
what's
house.
going on,
What's up,
guys?
chat? Um,
Surprise video.
right,
Welcome to the
surprise
chat.
video. It was, news was just dropped. We had to talk about it. It was a topic we were actually already on the phone talking about. So we're like, you know what?
Right.
Let's just hop online.
Let's just drop it.
Yeah, let's just drop it. But anyways, there was a video I watched this morning, and it said that Tom Brady needed Bruce, right? And he needed Bruce because he kept Tom accountable, just like he did everybody else. Bruce Arians kept the whole team accountable. It didn't matter if you were Tom Brady. It didn't matter if you were on the practice squad. Right now, Tom Brady, he basically can do whatever. I'm not gonna say whatever he wants to do, but he's at a point where he can command something and get it, and he's not looked at like the other players. So when you have someone that has this off balance in the team chemistry, that's going to be another problem, right? Well, why is Tom Brady being treated better than me? I get he's the GOAT, but we play on the same team, right? My job is to protect this guy. I'm just as important. Without me, he's going to get sacked. And what did we see last night? I don't think I've ever seen Tom Brady run the way that he was running last night in my life. Ever.
He was desperate.
He was desperate back there. I couldn't believe it.
Most rushing yards he's gotten in a single season. I might be making that up, but I feel like that, like watching him play, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I should have taken the over on his rushing yards,
No, and here's the thing, like, I'm sitting here like watching him scramble, and I'm like, I've never seen this man run. He was trying to throw off the run. Tom, you can't do that. You are a pocket passer, Tom. What is going on? And then when he ran and he ran and he slid and he got hit. Remember I said I was like 5 years ago that'd have been a flag?
Last week it would have been a flag.
And I'm just like, no, this is different. We're turning into an era where it's no longer the Tom Brady era. Tom Brady's not getting those flags. He slid and there was a couple late hits and I was like, oh, the flag's coming out. No flag. We're at a different time for Tom Brady. And it's kind of scary. Someone said that has Tom ever played for a 3-5 team? I don't think so.
No, he's never gone 0-3 in his entire career. He's never gone 0-3. Now he's gone 0-4.
Yeah.
He's never lost 4 straight games in his entire career.
Yeah. It hasn't happened. So yes.
And then the very next day, he finally gets 0-4, right? And I'm not saying they're 0-4 right now. I'm saying he's gone 0-4, unanswered wins.
Yeah.
And the very next day, now he finally, in his own words, finally confronts the divorce that everybody's been talking about.
Yep.
So it's definitely been afflicting him. It's definitely been weighing on his thoughts. It's definitely affected the team. But at the same time, it's football. It's not like you can't put all the pressure on Tom for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to succeed. It's on the Buccaneers. If they were coached correctly, they would all know this. That's why you don't hear his teammates talking about the divorce adding up to their losses. It is mutually accountability right there. Like, the team sucks.
Their next game is the Rams. Sunday, November 6th.
Well, it's the Rams. Well, let's Let's not deep dive into our Wednesday night discussion.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
I have some shit to say about the Rams too. I mean, like, just because you won a Super Bowl doesn't mean Aaron Donald gets another one. You know, like there's lots of confrontations in that as well. But those are future content narratives.
Yeah. No, I bring it up because I'm just looking ahead a little bit. They're playing the Rams. Is Tom gonna lose another game? Right. We can just start that and then leave it at that. Right. Is Tom gonna lose this game? Right.
Well, something has to change in the organization to, like, maybe it is time for Tom to let other people help him win games in the public's eye, because Tom has always had other people help him win. Every single Super Bowl Tom has ever won was never by Tom, right?
Well,
like Malcolm Butler got that interception against Seattle. That's why, like, if it wasn't for LeGarrette Blount, they never would have won that Super Bowl against fucking Atlanta. Oh, sorry, I just dropped I just dropped an F-bomb. But seriously, like, Tom has never won a Super Bowl by himself, right? Yeah. Bill Belichick has never won a Super Bowl by themselves. Nobody has ever won a Super Bowl by themselves. So for us as football fans, we need to stay humble and unbiased towards the sport itself. By us saying, like take the Packers, for instance. Is Aaron Rodgers going to lose another game? He might, but that also means the Packers are going to lose another game as a whole. We have to stay respectful to the sport. It breaks the science and the strategy and all the coaching, all the equipment managers. It takes everybody to win a football game every single week. And so we need to keep that in mind going forward. Well, and this is a wonderful season to put that in point of view.
I'm just gonna say, I mean, we know that Aaron Rodgers is losing Sunday. We know that. Well, we know that Aaron Rodgers is losing Sunday night. We don't have to debate on that.
But let's say hypothetically the Packers do win against the Bills, right? Like, let's cut out all the biasness. Would you blame Josh Allen for losing that game? Would we be sitting here saying Josh Allen lost against Aaron Rodgers? No. We'd be saying the Bills lost.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
It's a team game.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's not like, like Aaron didn't score enough points in the paint to cover the team. Like he didn't get enough assists or rebounds to carry the team like Giannis did.
Yeah.
We can't even, you can't correlate.
Yeah.
That's why football is better than soccer. That's why football is the best sport ever played.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Football, I mean, you can't compare the two. Like there's no way to say like, Tom's the reason why, but he played a significant, reason of why things happened the way they did. Now, I will say this. I think as a coach, and I know it's tough, somebody's probably going to hate me for saying this. As a coach, I feel like if you know that your star quarterback is going through some family stuff like this, and even if Tom didn't tell him, I think you have to know your players enough to know that they're going through some stuff, especially some stuff that like a divorce. Yeah. So what you have to do is you may have to pull him, okay? Put him on the bench, let him get his head together, put Kyle Trask in, get Kyle Trask some reps, and who knows what might happen. But to just go in there and let this man play when he's not mentally focused and have it fully together, I don't know if I agree with that. Because this information coming out today, this is the reason why they lost last night. Mentally, if you're not this goes for any game. This goes for basketball, football, soccer, college, NHL, whatever you want to play. If you are not mentally focused to win the game because you're going through family stuff, guess what? You're going to lose. Right. Because the other guys are focused on winning and you're focused on your problems.
Yeah, and any good coach should be able to coach a player no matter their status, right?
Exactly.
And if a coach feels like, well, I don't have to coach Tom Brady, he's got 7 Super Bowls, you've already failed. Like, could you imagine Tom Brady's career if he had a coach like Nathaniel Hackett right now, right? We wouldn't even be talking, right? We wouldn't even be talking. Not at all. We wouldn't even be talking about Tom Brady as the GOAT. He's always needed a coach. He's always needed somebody to hold his hand. Yeah. And I think Gisele was a huge, like, another coach, right? She was a life coach. Like, She helped him improve himself outside of football, like with his social status, with his business entrepreneurship, like all those things. Giselle was the head of that. You
Yeah.
know, like there would be no TB12 had Tom been married to Karen down the block.
Oh
It was
no,
because
no, no.
he married another coach. He's always needed a coach,
Yeah.
and he's always needed other players to hold him up.
Pe-
So I don't understand,
people
you
don't.
know.
Yeah, I was gonna say people don't realize like when you have status like these celebrities do, they're marrying certain people for a reason, right? Like him and Giselle. Like Giselle has more money than Tom. People don't realize that. Giselle has more money than Tom. You can go pull it up right
Oh
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like them being two juggernauts in their own worlds, right? She's gonna come to Tom for certain stuff, and Tom's gonna go to her for certain stuff, and they're gonna come together in their business mind. So there's been times where Giselle has given Tom business advice to help him get to the point where he's at, and that's what a marriage is about. That's what a marriage is about. If me and my woman have ideas and we're bouncing off each other, and we're growing and stuff, that's what needs to happen. So yeah, without Giselle, there wouldn't be these specific, sponsorships or entities that he came up with that has made them more money essentially. But that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And things happen.
And not once has the media said like, like Giselle's divorce with Tom is holding back her modeling career, or like it's costing her money, or her team is losing because her divorce with Tom.
Yeah.
Right. So it's definitely, I mean, she was a monster. So he's lucky as hell to even have met her. Come on, dude.
You, Eric.
Come on. Like
that's to you, Eric. Shout out to you, Richard.
Married. I do not have chat open, guys. I can't see what you guys are saying. I will open it right now. I owe you guys some
yeah, open up.
What are these?
So in the chat, Eric said well, hold on, let me go back. Vinny Max says this guy has no clue what Tom needs. Maybe he needs a life coach. That's true. Maybe he does need a life coach. We're just chopping it up.
How many coaches does he need? How many coaches does he need? He's had 3 Hall of Fame coaches, college coach, Patriots coach, Tampa Bay coach. Those are all Hall of Fame coaches. Then he's married the most successful model of all time. That's a woman that you would like to marry who is going to support you completely. How many coaches does this dude need? Does a goat need a coach, or is he automatically the greatest of all time?
Right.
I just don't know how many more coaches does he need?
So, okay, let's look at from the time that he left the Patriots, right? He goes over to the Buccaneers. He builds chemistry with Bruce, right? Like I said, right. Bruce held him accountable.
And Bruce gave, like, Tom was sneaking out, holding his own practices. Bruce was like, I'm not okay with it, but it's Tom. I'm going to let him do it. Tom broke into Brian Leftwich's house accidentally during COVID when nobody was supposed to go into people's houses. He broke into Byron Leftwich's house to get the playbook, and then won a Super Bowl. So, I mean, like, come on. How much slack does Tom Brady get? Right. That's
listen, Tom Brady is the GOAT. We know that.
Right.
But
right.
I feel like, it's set in stone. But I feel like there has to be some level of accountability that we hold Tom at, right? No matter what. Because if you have love for the game that you do, right? When it comes to this, and everybody's saying 81% of you, 64 votes, that this affected his loss last night. Okay. Tom, you've been in situational football for how many years? 20?
We all know that you're a clock manager. How many downs has Tom played on defense? Let me know. Did that game finish with Tampa Bay with the ball, or did Ravens send the Tampa Bay? Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Ravens packed that one up in the bag. So it was actually his defense that lost that game. Had nothing to do with Tom. It was his defense. Um,
So it's Wendy says, laugh out loud. How it went downhill after he won the one Super Bowl, and that's true. But listen, check this out. So I attribute this to what's going on. You have a brand new NFL. This year is really different, right? I feel like for the first time in an NFL season, we're looking at different teams like, wow, we did not expect this. You didn't expect the Giants.
Jacksonville.
You didn't expect the Jets, right? You didn't expect Jacksonville. So, and we definitely didn't expect the Eagles. No one expected the Eagles to have the record they're having right now, right?
Yeah, not even the Eagles. Not even the Eagles.
No.
The Eagles are trying real hard to stay humble right now.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Like
without a doubt.
If you listen to Jalen Hurts' press conferences, he's like, I don't even want to hear sick. No, like he's like, I just want to keep it week to week.
Yeah, he does. Like, and so when you look at the changes that we're seeing in the NFL, but back in the day, you knew who was going to be in the playoffs. You knew it was going to be the Patriots. You knew the Saints were probably going to make it. You knew the Cowboys were going to be out, right?
Yeah.
You just knew. You knew Buffalo was going to make it to the AFC playoffs and then probably get kicked out by KC. That's what you knew. And even as a Bills fan, I'm so hyped because I know they're going to make it to the championship and go against the Chiefs, and we're going to play our butts off, and then we lose, right? But
I feel blessed that you're giving my Chiefs that spot. That's pretty sweet.
That's the only time you're going to hear that.
I'll see you in the
only
AFC,
time,
dude.
That's the only time you're going to hear that. I said back in the day. This year we don't know, but we know that the Bills are going to the Super Bowl. We know that. This year. But anyways, I'm just saying it's a different year, and everything is so wild. I feel like Brady may have the mentality like he's like, man, like I can't believe this is going on myself, right? Step into Tom Brady's shoes. He's like, I've never lost like this before. Are you kidding me? Right?
Ever.
So when he went and sat on that bench yesterday, I'm waiting for the tablet break. Didn't happen. And I'm going to be honest with you. I want that Tom Brady back. That's the one that was a winner. I want the fire back because what happened is they started complaining about, him being angry, the way he was talking to the other players and coaching them. That's what he needed to win. So why are we getting rid of the stuff what he needed to win? To make him more docile, to make him more reserved. That's not what that's not what he's done over the years to win. So when you take away all this stuff, this is the Tom Brady you get. It's Tom Brady you get.
I see you, chat. I just finally looked at chat for the first time, and I see all the comments, and it's like, come on, guys. Eric's calling Tom a titty baby. I love it.
Here we go. What will happen when Allen breaks a bone or tears an ACL? What happens if that happens to anybody? I know you're wishing the worst on the Bills, and we love it. We love it. We want all the Bills hate. All the Bills hate matters.
You're only feeding his ego.
He's just feeding it. They're feeding it. They don't even know I love it. I love it. I'm eating it all
can't
up.
Call him Jay Biason and then be like, the Bills suck, because you're only stoking that fire.
I love it. I love it now. I used to get so mad. I used to want to go back and forth. But now when I see the hate in the chat, I love it. You guys are just feeding the fuel. Because when we get to the Super Bowl and win it, guess what? You're going to be right here with Jay Reason on the stream, watching the reaction to it.
Right. Let's just wait. Let's just hope he gets to wear a cheese wedge next week. Okay, guys. Let's start small. Let's not worry about 11 weeks from now. Let's start small. This Sunday, Jay's going to be wearing a cheese wedge.
Right. You guys, that's the bet. That is the bet. If the Bills lose, you guys will come together, get the cheese wedge, and I'll wear it. I will wear it. That is the bet.
That's right. That's right. Let's stay humble. Chat.
That's the bet. That is the bet. Victor says the Bills only relevant until Diggs leaves. What? This man just...
They don't even...
What?
Last year they made it to the AFC and Diggs wasn't even a top 10 wide receiver. So let's Let's stop. The Bills utilize the Bills utilize every
Everybody.
single weapon.
Everybody is used
Everybody.
on the Bills.
The only-
Everybody. And if you don't
the
know
only-
that, you don't watch the games.
Right. Sean McDermott, I would give Sean McDermott so much credit as to say like he's the next up and coming Andy Reid, because he actually takes times to not, you don't need every player to be a household name.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And like, look what Andy Reid does every single week. Yes, I know I'm a Chiefs homer. I get it. You guys are going to hate it. I don't care. Andy Reid will go back and watch film from 1940 and come up with plays nobody's ever seen again. He still runs Wildcats. He will see your games that you played last week, and he understands which person you think you want to cover. Mm-hmm. He says our 5-star guys need to beat their 5-star guys. And if you're not 5-star, then you shouldn't be talking in team meetings. And I love that. I love it so much. And I give Sean McDermott credit in that. Like Isaiah McKenzie. If you have Isaiah McKenzie on your fantasy team, go check his projection this week. So 8 point something or other.
So
right?
Check
that dude scored a touchdown in every single game he's played in outside the ones he's like remotely injured in.
So check this out. Check this out. This is I love this conversation now. I'm glad we're on this conversation because
oh, you want to go full power into Casey versus Bills?
No. We don't got to go there. I'll just go down this path, right? So when it comes to people saying, "Oh, Diggs," as much as I love Stephon Diggs and every player on the Buffalo Bills, guess what? Josh Allen can throw and he can run. Josh Allen will find McKenzie. Josh Allen will find Sweeney, which people will forget about. Shakur.
Sweeney.
Tom Sweeney, right? People forget about him. Right. Sweeney will come in. He'll get those 9-10 yard plays that you forget about, and it's like, oh, he still plays for the Bills. Yeah, there he is. He just got a first down. Dawson Knox.
Shakir has more touchdowns than Juju Smith-Schuster. Like, come on, guys. Like, stop. Let's be real football fans. Let's not just be crazy.
Right? And we don't have to bring up Gabe Davis. We don't have to bring up Stephon Diggs, right? We don't have to bring up Singletary because James Cook is now getting you 9 yards on the carry.
Right.
He's got the speed to get there, right? The rookie, he bobbled the ball a couple times. He had a couple mistakes. Guess what? He's developed into a better runner now.
And then, Bills fans were like, what if they get McCaffrey? It's like, I don't think the Bills need McCaffrey. Just kind of like, now I am a little upset Casey got Kadarius Toney over OBJ. I'm not going to lie. That was just weird. I'm not that stoked about it, but we didn't need McCaffrey either. I think CEH and Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon are a great backfield. You don't need an RB1 if you have a well-rounded committee, right? We don't need an RB1. You don't need it. Just like you don't need a WR1 if you have a well-rounded committee. Mm-hmm. The Bills just so happen to have Diggs. Is Diggs the main start? Probably, but they don't need him.
So when Wendy says they don't put up big points in fantasy, and it goes back to what I said, those guys are one-offs. They will bring them in case they need that 10-yard play. They need that 15-yard play. That's why you'll see Sweeney come in. That's why you'll see a pass to Knox every once in a while. They're not going to run up your fantasy numbers. You're going to get your fantasy numbers from Davis. You're going to get your fantasy numbers from Diggs, McKenzie, Singletary, and Josh Allen. Those other players are role players. They know their role, and they're very good at it every week.
Right. And if you do have one guy on your fantasy team that is bringing you in 30, 40 points per week, that's because he's a solo artist on that whole team. Mm-hmm. And that means that team isn't very deep. So, yes, let's take Devontae Adams, for instance. Say Devontae Adams gets hurt. What does the WR core in Vegas look like? Hunter Renfrow? Now, who else has Hunter Renfrow starting in their fantasy lineups? Probably just a few of you that are in super deep leagues. Who is Devontae Adams' backup? Who's the third string wide receiver? Because I bet you nobody's got that dude, right?
So Victor says,
it's not like
I don't mean to cut you off, but Victor's going hard in the chat right now.
I don't.
Hold on, I gotta look this up just so I can be accurate. Diggs. Diggs isn't going anywhere until 2027, man.
Yeah, he's bought in. Actually
He
just
just
got a contract
he just
extension this week.
yeah. It says you guys are funny. Wait till Diggs leaves. Where's he going? Where's he
He just
going?
signed. He literally just signed a 4-year contract extension this week. I'm going to need you to read the tabloids, Victor.
Victor, come on, Victor. You got to do better than that, bro. We've been doing this for a long time. You got to do better
Trade
than that.
deadline. The trade deadline's in 2 weeks, so any contract negotiations or trade offers are coming up in the next 2 weeks. So you're going to either see guys moving like Christian McCaffrey, Robbie Anderson, things like that are wide open, or you're going to see contract extensions where boys are going to be jumping on their Twitters, Instagrams, like Debo and AJ Brown did in the offseason, saying like, hey, you guys should pick me. Really, they're not asking for a trade. They're telling their organizations to pay them more. That's what you're going to be seeing. It's like the off season all over again.
Yeah, it's always negotiation before trade deadline. That's how it goes.
Right.
How much
This
money?
is a business.
How much money can I get? All right. Now, if I don't have a solidified contract, or if I'm not, or if I am a superstar, then I can negotiate my way to another 5-10 million maybe, depending on the salary cap and all that kind of stuff. So you're always going to have these talks, but people that have Stephon Diggs, over 100 million. He's locked in till 2027. He's not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Him and Josh Allen are going to get a Super Bowl.
Ooh. Hold on, I gotta plug my laptop in.
Him and Josh Allen are going to get a Super Bowl together. That he made that decision, right, to have that relationship and chemistry with Buffalo. So I'm never downplaying the importance of the role of Stephon Diggs. I'm just saying that Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills offense have multiple weapons, so they don't have to rely on Diggs. Kind of like how Justin Jefferson has to, or Kirk Cousins has to rely on Justin Jefferson, right? That's his deep threat. Well, guess what? Josh Allen's deep threat. Oh yeah, you got Adam Thielen too, but he's going to rely more so on Jefferson. But what I'm saying is, Josh Allen, for his deep ball, he can go to Gabe Davis. He can go to Stephon Diggs. He can go to McKenzie. That ball is going down the field to multiple people. And if you're playing defense, guess what? I'd be scared back there because I don't know where the ball's going. And Josh Allen has pinpoint accuracy at this point with that ball on a 50-yard pass.
Last year in the winter, he broke Dawson Knox's hand throwing him a ball because the ball was frozen solid. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to catch a football in the wintertime, but it is rock hard. Now add Josh Allen's arm to it. Now try to catch it within 20 yards. You can't do it.
Exactly.
So let's chill on talking shit about football players that are superhuman, right? Like Dawson Knox broke his metatarsal because he caught a ball, right? Like it's crazy.
And we can even leave out the offense. We could talk about the defense. Ed Oliver, Russo, Miller, Poyer, Edmonds. I mean, come on. We went way off topic. You guys took us there. It's fine. The chat took us there.
I love you, chat. I love you so much, chat. This is the kind of content I want. I want us to be able to create a video, go live randomly out of the blue,
and end up like
have
this.
A tagline,
end
up with us like bickering back and forth about power rankings and blah blah blahs and stuff. I can't wait.
It's great. I
can't wait.
Tonight, guys, we are streaming the World Series Game 1, Houston Astros,
Absolutely.
Philadelphia Phillies. That's going to be fun. That comes up at 8:00. But we wanted to hop on, and I'll say this. We'll end it with this, and then I'll let you have your last piece, Trev. I'm going to end it with this. Tom Brady and Gisele, I'm glad you guys could end it amicably. I do wish you, the best for your co-parenting and your children. Tom, I think you got to focus, man. You got to focus. You got to build around your team. You got to get your head back in the game. The divorce is finalized.
No more excuses, dude. You said it in your own words.
You said you weren't going to retire. You said you got too much love for the game. I got to see you blow these Rams out. I got to see it, Tom.
That's right.
You're the GOAT. Be the GOAT at this point. Go ahead, Trevor.
Be the GOAT. Yeah. I'll come back with the same statement. I think the Bills are going to beat the Packers. Let's be real, chat. And I mean, let's be real. And I do believe, like, I got to give Tom kudos for finally being like, oh my gosh, I'm human. I am not the person that everybody thinks I am. Media is lying. I am not invulnerable to pain and suffering.
Yep.
And now is the time we go.
Yeah.
Now is the time we go. Now you can start blaming your offensive lineman. Now it is okay to blame your defense, because that's really where the Bucks weakness is. It was basically everybody except for Tom. Tom's just under the spotlight because he's a 5-star player.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So thanks for coming and hanging out, guys.
Yeah. Thanks to you guys for hanging out. Shout out to the Wrench Gang. Shout out to the family. And shout out to everyone watching it, guys. And stream schedule is up. I'll just give it to you guys so you know, because you guys love to ask, what are you streaming, Jay? What's going on? I always put it up early for you guys, and no one goes and checks it out. I always get asked. All right, so stream schedule tonight. Houston Astros, Phillies, World Series Game 1. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, Game 2. Sunday, Denver, Jacksonville at 9:30, 1 o'clock, Jets, Patriots.
Just for you guys.
4 o'clock. Yeah, that morning game is just for you guys. I do not want to get up at 9:30, but I will be up. 4 o'clock, Giants, Seattle Seahawks. Late night, Sunday night football, Packers, Bills. Monday night football, Bengals, Browns. And that is the stream schedule for the next 48 hours. No, 72 hours. There we go. 72 hours. There it is, guys.
I feel better. I think I got some stuff off my chest. How do you feel, Jay?
Yeah. It's great to have this understanding. I think in conclusion, we've came to the point where we understand what was Tom's true love, what was Tom's true passion. Tom, you made some decisions. You made the ultimate sacrifice, obviously. If you love the sport of football and you made these sacrifices for it, go win a Super Bowl. Go win another one.
Yeah.
Make people know that the sacrifice was worth it because I achieved what I wanted to achieve.
Yeah, we love haters. You're right. It's just like go do it. Go do it.
That's it.
I think when it comes to professional football players, a lot of them get too much credit for carrying their teams, and a lot of them take too much blame. And that's very hard to deal with when you're going through social life problems like divorcing the love of your life.
Yep.
And being blamed for your team losing. It's very rough. But
yeah.
I mean, still Tom Brady, man. He's beaten my team in so many AFC runs I can't even count. So it's hard for me to sympathize with the dude outside of just being human.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. All right, you guys. Want to thank everyone for being here today. Enjoy your Friday. I will see you guys back in about 3 hours. World Series Game 1, Astros, Phillies. Shout out to you, Trav. Thanks a lot, man. You know it's always fun.
Hey, man. Goodbye, chat.
Shots on every home run, Eric. Shots on every home run. Oh. You know what? We could do that. Shots on every home run. I'm down for that.
What if it's like bases loaded and there's like, are you gonna do like a beer bong or something?
No, you just do 3 shots. You know.
You just do 3 shots. Okay.
Yeah, just do 3 shots. If that's oh no, it's 4. It would be 4 then. If it's like a grand slam. That'd be crazy. Yeah. That'd be crazy if it happens that way. Yeah. Before we leave, Thelma says it's Giselle's behavior. All right. I mean,
we can do the he said she said.
Yeah, we can do
the
he
said.
So they ended it amicably, and it's not messy. So I appreciate that from them.
And
kudos.
And they're keeping it healthy for the kids, right? Because they both know they're going to be in the spotlight through it all. So like the more pressure they take from the media, the more pressure it is on the kids to like feel that toxicity coming in.
Yep.
Because you got to put yourself in the kids' perspective. They're like, they don't look at their parents like, this is Giselle, the super beautiful model from Brazil, and this is my dad, Tom Brady, the greatest football player of all time.
Yeah,
It's
they're not
just
looking
mom
at it
and
like
dad.
that. Yeah, it's just mom and dad.
Right.
Yeah. So,
So like,
it's always a two-way street. Every story has three sides. Theirs, and the truth.
and
that's
ours.
it. Yeah, and ours. There's four sides to every
And
story.
ours. Yeah.
The truth is the only one that matters, though. The truth is
Roll the
only
dice.
one that
Whatever's
matters.
the highest numbers is the only one that counts, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Purple says, I understand where she's coming from, but I would never make my husband choose. That builds resentment, as we see. Purple, there you go. That's true.
You know what?
Hand
If
clap.
you have a significant other in your life, you should just support them no matter what decision they make.
Actually,
right?
hold on.
And you
hold
should
on.
expect that and vice versa.
Shout out to the Purple. We got to bring this in here. Hold on. I think I got it working. 1 second.
And shout out Philip White. I know you're watching in the background, dude.
Yeah, Philip, we know
there.
you here, bro. We know you.
I know you're out there with your camo face paint on.
Yeah.
What if he's actually not watching? I just gave him a shout out.
There it is.
Happily married, 25 years. Get it, Purple.
Yeah, shout out to you, Purple. Congrats.
Shout out to your old man putting up with you for 25 years.
Oh man.
Nah, we love you around here.
Yeah, we love you. We love you, Purple. We love all you guys for real. Thanks for coming out. We will see you guys in a couple hours. World Series baseball tonight. We're gonna have some fun, guys. We haven't done baseball since the last World Series, so this is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
We're green. We're green this season.
Yeah, we're a little green this season, so it's gonna be fun. You guys are gonna have to hop in the chat and be like, "No, Josh, that was a double out." Like,
you're completely wrong.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
you
completely wrong. No, we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be great. All right, guys, we are out of here. There's only one truth, Paul Pierce. I miss Paul, man. Paul's on some other stuff now, though. All right, guys. Till next time, make sure you like, subscribe, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.